I just want to take care of that.
Thank you.
Okay. So Josh was texting he's coming to get his stuff. I told him to come get his stuff. When he came, he asked me if I packed his stuff. I said no, you gotta go pack your own stuff. He walked around my apartment. He gathered his stuff. He asked for his jersey. I told him his jersey is in the basket in the washroom where it's always be. He started pulling, yanking. So I pushed him off and told him to stop. He continued to do the same thing. So I told him stop. So I pushed him back. Next thing I know, I was slammed to the wall with me trying to defend myself. I did slap him, try to defend myself. When I tried to hit him again, that's when he squeezed and bent my fingers, and now I have 2 broken fingers.
Okay.
And after that, he left. He took my laptop, my keys, and my phone and my Apple Watch. He returned those, and after he returned them, he started sending threats. So I ended up going to the ER, and that's when they clarified that my finger broke. After that, they said I have to see a specialist. With me calling around finding a specialist, I went Thursday to see a specialist. He said my finger is badly broken and I need to go in surgery the following day, which they couldn't do that because the hospital didn't have an opening. So that's when I did my first surgery, August 1st. I had to turn around with another surgery September 14th because my finger wasn't healing properly and the rods in my fingers that was holding my fingers up shifted. So I recently did my second surgery, which was more brutal than the first one. And I'm currently recovering from the second surgery at the moment now.
Okay, thank you. So I want to circle back around to the night of the incident on July 25th. Can you describe what position you were in when he broke your fingers?
I was still closer to the wall.
Okay. And did he say anything to you when he broke your fingers?
If I don't give him his jersey, he gonna hurt me. So, and his jersey was in the basket, as I saw the picture of.
Did you say anything back to him?
No, I just told him his stuff is in the basket where it's normally at in the washroom.
Do you believe he broke your fingers on purpose?
Yes.
Why do you think that?
Because he was mad because I personally didn't want to go for his jersey because I told him to go get his stuff himself.
Okay. So immediately after he broke your fingers, what happened next?
He let go. That's when he grabbed my laptop, my phone, my keys. I'm gonna have to watch. He left. And a couple minutes came back, and I sent him a picture like, here's his jersey in the basket. Where it's at. And he came back and get his stuff.
Did he eventually leave your apartment for good that evening?
Yes.
And did you call the police immediately afterwards?
No.
Why not?
Because I was scared because he's saying threat. Because at first that he stated, so I was literally scared. So I literally just went to the ER and came back home.
Okay. And remind us what they told you at the ER about your fingers.
Huh?
Can you remind us what they told you at the ER about your fingers?
They say my fingers are badly broken and I need to see a specialist. Okay, that's our specialist now.
Okay. Did you take any photos and videos of your hand while you were at the ER or during later procedures?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to share my screen, Your Honor?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sharing what has been marked as Petitioner's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this, Ms. Atkinson?
Yes, that's how my hand looked after the first surgery.
When was this video taken?
I think that was August 11th when I went for my appointment.
Who took this video?
I did when I was at my appointment.
How do you know that you took this video?
Because I have a copy of it in my phone, and that's my hand.
Is this a fair and accurate depiction of your injuries after the respondent broke your fingers?
Yes, that's after the first surgery. That's how my hands looked after the first surgery.
Mr. Brown, you think you want to stop talking to whoever's in there with you? It's admitted.
Thank you. Was the ER visit your only procedure that you had for your hand?
And I went to the hospital twice to do 2 surgeries.
Have any of the doctors that you've seen mentioned anything about the future functionality of your hand?
My specialist, I have, along with a physical therapy, and it's a possibility I may have 80% function in my hand. It's a possibility, maybe it all depends on how I did in physical therapy, and if with this second surgery, if my fingers heal properly as how he wanted it to, then I have more function. If not, it's maybe further surgery, or we just got to work to physical therapy. But he haven't given like an exact time of when I'll be able to use my hands, or what's going on. It all depends on how it heals after the second surgery. So if hopefully the rod stays in place and everything stays in place. If not, we just got to go with what happened after my physical therapy and how the healing process is right now.
Okay. Have you incurred any expenses as a result of the respondent's injury to your hand?
Yes.
How much?
Hospital bills, specialist bills, and yeah.
I'm showing you what has been previously marked as Petitioner's Exhibit Number 2. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes, that's the receipt from my specialist.
Is this a true and accurate depiction of the medical costs that you have incurred, as part of the medical costs that you've incurred because of the respondent's attack on July 25th?
Yes.
Has this been altered in any way?
No.
Yes, the highlighted number is the balance.
All right, thank you. Any objections, sir?
I'm just waiting on my waiting to tell my side of the story.
It's admitted.
Thank you. I am now showing what has been previously marked as Petitioner's Exhibit Number 3. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes, that's in the hospital bill for the first surgery, I believe. Yes.
Is this a true and accurate depiction of part of the medical costs that you have incurred as a result of the respondent's attack on July 25th?
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Atkinson, I'd like to turn now to what happened since the incident on July 25th. Did you eventually contact the police?
Yes, I eventually contacted the police because
You can continue.
I eventually contacted the police because Joshua called my girlfriend. She also worked at FedEx too. She started with the harassment, the text messages, and the threats. So I extended to my boss, and then my boss said, "Okay, just go ahead and report it." And that's when I actually went and reported the incident. What happened? I talked to the police. I showed the police my hand and stuff, and they did issue a warrant for Joshua, and they did pick him up at the job, but he was at work. And when he got released, his bond stipulation was no contact with me. He came up to my job twice. The first time I saw him, and he pulled off. The second time, his girlfriend approached me and we got into an argument. And she called him and put on speaker, and he said he pulled it up, which he did pull up at the job. And I contacted Clayton County Police Department, and we went from there. And then I reported back to my boss, and I was laid on suspension. From that, it's been like almost 3 weeks, almost a month now.
Okay, I'd like to circle back around to what happened at your work, but first, I would like to quickly discuss, did you make a police report? When you first contacted the police, you made a police report?
Yes.
Okay. Permission to share my screen, Your Honor?
Sure.
I'm now showing you what has been previously marked as Petitioner's Exhibit number 4. This is the first page. Scrolling down to the second page, which includes the narrative, and the third page. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes.
Is it the same police report that was filed on August 16th as a result of the attack on August 25th?
Yes.
Your Honor, I would like to tender into evidence Petitioner's Exhibit number 4.
Any objections, sir?
She said August 25th. It was July 25th.
I apologize, that was a misstatement. July 25th.
Any objections to me seeing the police report?
Ms. Atkinson, do you know what, if any, actions the police took after you filed the report against the respondent?
They issued a warrant.
Did they arrest him?
Yeah, they arrested him on August 19th.
Okay.
It was Friday.
On what charges?
Aggravated battery.
Did the respondent go to jail?
Yes.
Did he contact you while he was in jail?
No.
Did anyone contact you concerning the respondent or the incident that took place on July 25th while the respondent was in jail?
His current girlfriend.
Okay.
That's my girlfriend.
Why do you think that this is the respondent's girlfriend?
He made it very known to me at work and or text messages make it very known to everybody that that's her man, that's my man, that's my man. That's her ex that was. So yeah.
Do you believe that the respondent had knowledge that his girlfriend was communicating with you?
Yes.
Your Honor, permission to share my screen?
Absolutely.
I'm now showing you what has been marked as Petitioner's Exhibits number 5 through 8. Number 5.
Bitch, I see that you blocked me, but you think you were doing something going to Barbara first, bitch. You didn't do shit then. Look stupid. All I had to do is tell her that you've been walking back and forth in my area, and look what happened. You got sent home. LOL, girl. He made it clear that he was going to make you look stupid, and that's what he did. He told me all you was just a piece of pee, honey. He was just using you for your cooking and sex. Nothing else. You were just a fuck. Girl, don't try to compare yourself with me. He broke your hand and left you for me, and you mad. Whatever I tell him to do, he do. B, even Barbara said you being childish. B, no one cares for you up there. They all on our side. You lucky I didn't slap the S out of you when I had the chance. B, answer the phone. You scared now. You don't need to call him about anything because he knows I'm texting you. Oh, and then she gives her address. Boulevard. That's your address, right? I bet you're wondering where I got it from. I bet your scary butt about to run to Barbara. But he already told you if either one of us lose our job, we pulling up. Remember, you already had an investigation on you? So I'm pretty sure you don't want another one. This man told me everything about you, so don't play.
I'm now showing you what has been marked as Petitioner's Exhibits number 5 through 8. Number 5. Number 6.
Since you're not answering, we will see you at work. That's my man once again. Enjoy the sidelines. Girl, he dog you out, but you still press on. That's not yours anymore. Keep our name out your mouth.
6. Number 7. Number 8.
Hey, boo, please answer. I just want to clarify something when y'all stop talking. I just feel like y'all still talking. He's with me and he's talking about you. I just want to know. I'm going to call you. Just answer. B, I know you see my text messages. Like, B, you that scared? Josh did say you were scared. So I see why you not answering. I know seeing us Friday morning. So I text you Monday, you never reply. I try to reach back out to you, but you block me. Look, I wanted to talk to you about what we not got going on. I used the other person to call you and you didn't want to talk. Me and Josh told you before if either one of us lose our job, we were coming for you. You already ruined his life and he told you that he's coming for you. As his girl, I already have your address, so I know where you stay at. With this investigation at work going on, you better hope that I get to keep my job because no one will be able to save you. You see, when I call him to pull up, he did. B, what you think he's going to do when I say we coming for you?
Excuse me, 5 through 9 and number 9. Atkinson, would you please read aloud the first 4 lines of the final message of exhibit number 5, what I have highlighted in the box?
I can't see that.
Would you like me to zoom in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you don't need to call him about anything because he knows I'm texting you. Oh, see, that's Ottawa Boulevard. That's your address, right? I bet you wondering where I got it from.
Okay.
All
Ms.
right.
Atkinson, will you please read aloud the first message of exhibit number 7, this first message here?
You are sorry asking me to send that message because you're mad. You think he wasn't going to call me and let me know? Bitch, he said I should let you know when he got out. That's your ass. You want me to read the entire thing?
Yes, please.
Bitch, that man broke your hand and if you live your sorry ass, even in jail, he's dragging you out. Bitch, you're just sorry. I wanted to beat your asses that same night, but he will be out soon and we definitely beat your ass then.
Those are false messages.
Ms. Atkinson, will you please read the 4th message that I've included in the box here?
Bitch, my man got out. He said that he tried to reach out to your scary ass. He tried to reach out, but your scary ass blocked his number. You think the police or the judge going to save you, bitch? They're not. They're not. We still coming for you. He got out and called to let me know. By the way, he laid in my bed. Boo.
Thank you. Ms. Atkinson, who is harassers number 2?
Yeah, that's her.
Who is her?
Patrice Green, his current girlfriend.
Who is harassers?
That's also her because I got both of their numbers up from my phone.
That's false evidence. Those are people she propped to put as harassers. That's false evidence. I'm innocent, and I know.
If the respondent is objecting, he should wait his turn to put on his own case.
I agree. Hold on, Mr. Browning. You'll get to chat.
Thank you. How do you know that these are the respondent's girlfriends, Ms. Atkinson?
The way she talked to make it known that even at work, she approached me to let me know that you're not answering my text and stuff like that. So she make it known, and when she talking and stuff, it's her.
Okay. Over what time period were these messages sent to you?
After Joshua left my house, and that was from August 4th. They just kept coming from there.
And are these a fair and accurate depiction of the messages that were sent to you?
Yes.
Have any changes been made to these messages?
No.
Your Honor, I would like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibits number 5 through 9.
Any objections?
Nope.
All right, they're admitted. And Ms. Dax, I'm sorry, I know that you're on a roll. However, I pull double duty, so I have to bounce back and forth. I have ex partes that I have to do really quick, so I'm going to be right back. All right?
He did. He haven't spoken to me since the incident happened.
Okay. How many times did they threaten you at work?
Heard a couple times. He spoke to the last time I was at work.
Can you explain what happened the last time?
The last time I was outside with my friends, just hanging out, talking. We got out of work early. She came out. She was just looking me up and down. So one of my friends was like, "What's going on? Why are you looking at me like that?" And that's when she was like, "Oh, I should have beat your ass because my man got locked up. You got charged with a felony." I was like, "What you talking about? You don't even know what's going on between me and Josh. It's nothing you guys talk about." Then she called him and she put on speaker. He asked her, "So who you arguing with?" And she was like, "Who you think with?" And then she said, "Can you come up here?" And then he was like, "All right, I'm coming. I'm pulling up." And I said in the back, "No, you know you're not supposed to be here when I'm here at first. You're not supposed to be nowhere around me, near me." And then that's when she was like, "If I didn't like my job, I would have beat your ass. I should have been beat your ass." And then she left. He pulled up. She left. And that's when I called Clinton County Police again. And that's when I reported to my job. And I was laid on suspicion. Well, we both was laid on suspicion.
To your knowledge, does the
All right,
respondent...
one more time, I got to interrupt you. Tell me more. Are you getting in a car and are you going to be driving?
No, ma'am. I'm just getting in the car because I had to put some money back in the machine. I'm not really driving at all. I'm just sitting in the
All
car.
right. Okay, I see that car moving. I'm removing you from this meeting and you can get back on when you're not driving. Sorry, Ms. Sachs, go ahead.
Ms. Atkinson, to your knowledge, does the respondent have any weapons?
Yes, he have a gun.
How do you know this?
He said it, and he showed my pictures.
Okay. Your Honor, permission to share my screen.
Sure.
I'm showing you what has been previously marked as petitioner's exhibit number 10. Ms. Atkinson, do you recognize this?
Yes.
What does it show?
That's him holding the money as his gun in his waist.
When was this photo taken?
I don't know. The photos he sent me, and he also have it up on his social media also.
Okay. Is this a fair and accurate depiction of the photo that the respondent had sent to you?
Yes.
Has it been altered in any way since it was sent to you?
No.
Your Honor, I'd like to tender into evidence petitioner's exhibit number 10.
Any objections, sir?
Yes, I object. This picture was taken July 26, 2020, and it was a friend's gifting it just for the picture. I do not own a weapon in my name, and y'all can look that up in the system. My name is Joshua Brown. I don't own a weapon. I don't own no.
There's no sort of system like that that's going to tell if you own a weapon. You could have bought one from a friend, Mr. Browning. I'll acknowledge your objection and overrule. Go ahead, Ms. Sachs. Anything else?
Not with this exhibit, Your Honor.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Browning seems to be itching to talk. Mr. Browning, let me remind you. You have a Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. My guess is, I think you're charged in Clayton County. My guess is Clayton County DA's office or people from there are probably watching this. This is where a lot of prosecutors get evidence because people just talk. Now, this is a quasi-criminal, quasi-civil, so you don't necessarily have a right to remain silent. She can ask you questions, but I'm just telling you, Mr. Browning, if you start testifying, the DA's office, I'm sure, is taking notes, and they're going to use that against you in your criminal case. However, I'm going to see if Ms. Sachs wants to ask you a couple of questions. And get, you know what? No, what? Hey, Ms. Sachs, do you mind? Let's let him if he wants to tell me his side of it. But also, let me tell you this, Mr. Browning. If you take your offense and decide you're not going to want to testify, I can take a negative inference from that, which means is you admitting it. So go ahead, Mr. Browning. What is it you want to say? Because then Ms. Sachs is going to get a chance to cross-examine you.
I plead the fifth, but I want a lawyer. I want to be prepared and have a lawyer and have my evidence put forward to this case too. Because I feel
plead the fifth? Plead the fifth, Ms. Sachs. That means, sir, you should have hired a lawyer before coming here. You don't have a right to an appointed lawyer in this type of case. Ms. Sachs, go ahead and give me your closing.
Yes, Your Honor. Authorized by the Family Violence Act, the 3 statutory requirements for obtaining a 12-month family violence protective order are 1, a required relationship, 2, an act of family violence, and 3, the likelihood an act of violence will occur in the court's intervention. Right. We heard from the petitioner's
Ms. Stop listening to it on stream, please. Go ahead, Ms. Sachs. She's got that play on straight. Go ahead.
We've heard through the petitioner's testimony today that the petitioner has met all 3 requirements. A preponderance of the evidence shows that the petitioner and respondent lived together, that the respondent committed the offense of aggravated battery, and that due to his girlfriend's repeated threats, his girlfriend's repeated threats, there's a substantial likelihood that his future behavior will remain consistent with his past violent acts. Finally, we've heard that Mrs. Atkinson has genuine fear for her safety, or we would have heard that Ms. Atkinson has genuine fear for her safety. Thus, the petitioner respectfully requests that the court grant the 12-month protective order and grant such further relief as deemed just and proper. Thank you.
All right, so I have the total of her medical bill so far. 1, 2, 1, 9, 8 plus. Let's see. So is $20,157.02? Has that already been ran through insurance and things like that? And that's just what she's going to have to pay?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And if she gets this paid back in monthly installments, obviously it'll probably take a long time. How would she like that sent to her?
Ms. Atkinson, how would you like the funds to be sent to you?
He can send it to direct deposit or whichever, or check it. You know.
All right. Direct deposit. He has your account number?
No, I mean, he can't Apple Pay to me. Can he use Apple Pay to me?
Does he know how to send it to you? Does he have your handle or whatever you call it? Be able to send it to you, Apple Pay. Damn, please stop watching it on YouTube. I can hear it.
Yes, only thing for Apple Pay, he just got to send it to my number.
All right, well, he knows your number. Okay, thank you for educating me. All right, what else, Ms. Sachs? You want that 12 months? You want FVIP?
We want the 12 months. We want to order the respondent, of course, not to return to her property, also to stay at least 200 yards from her at all times. We would also like to order the respondent to undergo a batterer's intervention program and follow the treatment required.
Anything else you want to say, sir?
plead the fifth.
All right. All right, here's what we're going to do. It's going to be a place for 12 months, Miss Free. So you're going to be given a compliance date where you're going to need to show up. You're going to have to go and attend FVIP. And you're going to have to make payments to her at $1,000 a month via Apple Pay beginning November how about November the 15th and the 15th of each month after this. And I think, are you going to draft this, Miss Sachs?
I believe my co-counsel Deja.
Okay. All right, so we'll do FVIP. He'll make $1,000 payment a month until $21,376.30 is paid in full beginning November the 15th. He'll take the FVIP class and he'll pay her via Apple Pay. Anything else, Ms. Brown, that I missed?
You can't send $1,000 on Apple Pay.
You said $2,500 payments. Whatever you got to do, it's got to be $1,000 total on the 15th of each month. Anything else, Ms. Brown?
That's all, John. Thank you.
All right. However, you got to make it so that she gets a total of $1,000 a month on the 15th of each and every month until that $21,376.30 is paid for. 200 yards, sir. Don't go near where she works. Don't have anybody else contact her, or you will be in violation. And you can get charged with aggravated stalking here in Fulton County.
Can I have another trial to fight it? What's that?
No, sir. That's it. If you put your email in the chat, we'll email you a copy of the order. You can turn it over to your lawyer. Once y'all both put your emails in the chat, Miss X, if you want to send that order to Miss Free, we'll get you a copy of the order once I sign it. Mr. Browning, put your email in the chat, and we can send you a copy of the order once I sign it. It's in place, and you can get it to your lawyer. Now, sir, when we have your compliance hearing, which you're going to get it, that's why we need your email. We're going to check. If you're not making those payments, I can put you in jail until you pay a purge. Dixon, how'd it go?
You did not go well, Your Honor, so we're going to have a hearing.
All right. Well, Miss Dixon, I always like to see you litigate, so let's do it. All right, Mr. Moore. And Miss Moore. Mr. Browning, once you put your email in the chat, you can leave. All right, Mr. Moore, Miss Moore, if you have both, raise your right hand. All right, y'all swear for testimony you're about to give is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Mr. Moore?
I do.
All right, Miss Moore? Yeah, take stuff off mute.
Yes.
All right, you just want to go straight into testimony, Miss Dixon?
I'll do a brief opening, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, the petitioner received ex parte relief under OCGA 1913-3 due to the acts of violence that have been committed against her by the respondent, her estranged husband, and previous acts of violence that were also committed against her before. You'll find based on my client's testimony today that she is a victim of family violence, and the relief we are requesting today, Your Honor, should be granted.
All right.
Ms. Moore,
Yes.
please state your name and age for the court.
Chelsea Moore, 34 years old,
What's your education level?
high school.
Okay. Are you currently employed, Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Okay. And Mr. Moore is your husband, correct?
Yes.
Are you two currently living together?
No.
Okay. And where are you currently living?
Before yesterday, I was with family and friends.
Okay. And what happened yesterday?
The Fulton County Sheriff displaced them from the home.
Okay.
Right to the home.
Okay. And have you filed a divorce action as well in this county?
Yes.
Okay. And was a temporary order entered in that case, removing him from the home?
Yes.
All right. Who's currently living in the residence with you?
Me and my children.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have two children,
What are their ages?
14 and 15.
Okay. Girls or boys?
Two daughters.
Okay. Are these children you share with Mr. Moore?
No.
Okay. All right. Ms. Moore, you filed an ex parte TPO on August 31st, 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe what motivated you to file for that TPO?
My husband was violent with me.
Okay. And in what ways was he violent with you?
I was punched in the face. An ashtray was thrown at me and
Okay.
by my hair.
Okay. And do we have pictures to present before the court of some of the bruises that you sustained from that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may share my screen.
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Moore, can you see the screen?
Okay.
Okay. Ms. Moore, I'm showing you, listed mark for identification purposes as Petitioner's Exhibit 1A. Do you recognize this picture?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you made any changes to it?
No.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may tender into evidence Petitioner's Exhibit 1A.
Any objections?
Yes, Your Honor. I was not the source of that bruise.
Okay, I'll hear from you later on where you believe the source came from. But as to the bruise itself,
I can see the bruise. I acknowledge it, yes.
all right, no objections is submitted. Go ahead.
All right. Ms. Moore, this is a picture of your arm, correct? How did you get this bruise?
When I was being attacked by my husband.
Okay. What exactly did he do to you to give you this bruise?
Right there is him grabbing at my arms from above my head.
Okay. And let's go to 1B. This is another bruise, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And how did you get this bruise, and where is this at on your person?
That's on my right buttocks. That's from being drugged
Drug where?
by my hair throughout the apartment.
Okay. All right. And let's go to go to 1C. This is another bruise, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And can you describe where the bruise is and how you got it?
That's on my left leg above my knee from falling to the floor.
Okay. And what caused you to fall to the floor?
The second punch.
Okay. So let's move on to 1D. Can you describe this bruise as well and how you received it?
Yes, that's from hitting my foot on the door when he was dragging me by my hair on the floor.
Okay. All right. And I believe this is the last one of the bruises. Can you describe this picture for me and how you received this bruise?
Yes, the same on my right leg from falling to the ground and raising up against the molding in the doorway.
Okay. Ms. Moore, have you made any changes to the exhibits 1B through 1D?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, if there's no objection, I'd like to tender into evidence exhibits 1B through 1, I think we're at D.
Any objections, sir?
No.
All right, so they're admitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, so Ms. Moore, earlier I heard you say from the second punch. I need you to describe for the court exactly what happened during that incident, from the beginning of the incident to the end.
I confronted my husband about cheating and financial issues, and he became upset and aggressive and punched me, which landed on the right of my face. The second time he punched me, I fell to the floor, And that's when he dragged me by my hair throughout the apartment, and my 15-year-old daughter witnessed it and called the police.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Moore, what happened when the police arrived?
I was very adamant that I didn't want my husband to get in any trouble, and they decided that we would just separate for the night, and me and my daughter went to a hotel that evening.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Moore, is this the first time that your husband has shown any aggression towards you or been violent with you?
No.
Okay. Has he ever been violent with you in the past? In what ways?
In October 2020, he shut my house up and put 8 bullet holes in our house.
Okay. And do we have pictures of the damage and the bullet holes in your home to present before the court today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your Honor, if I may share my screen.
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Moore, I am showing you what's been marked for identification purposes as Petitioner's Exhibit 2A, B, C, and D. Have you made any changes to these documents?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what are these pictures?
These are pictures of the shots that my husband fired in the home.
Okay. Your Honor, if there's no objection, I'd like to tender into evidence Petitioner's Exhibit 2A, B, C, and D.
Any objections?
I do object to the circumstances. Should I wait till my turn to ask questions regarding that?
I don't think I understand. You object?
That had nothing to do with family violence. I brought the firearm over to Miss Chelsea's house because we were separated, and she stays on the bottom level, and she said that it would be individual walking past her door, and a couple times people knocked on her door, and she became scared. I lived in Peachtree Corner. She lived in downtown Atlanta. I told her I would bring her my firearm to keep at her house to protect her and her children. Me and her ended up going out having drinks that night, a lot of drinks. When we got back to her house, I was showing her how to use the gun, and the gun went off a couple times, twice to be accurate.
Whoa, Mr. Moore, stand by. Whoa. All right. I love it when somebody says the gun goes off. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
15 years of law enforcement, military, a whole bunch of other stuff. The nomenclature of a gun goes off when a finger's in the trigger and it gets pulled. So when does that go off? So somebody pulled the trigger. Now, one, shooting a gun off in a house is loud. So if you do it once, sure, they're going to do it twice. So the gun went off because somebody pulled the trigger. Who pulled the trigger, Mr. Moore?
It was the
Oh, all right. I think you need to stop. I think you really need to stop talking. Go ahead. Overrule your objection. Go ahead, Ms. Dixon.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Ms. Moore, briefly, because the evidence speaks for itself, these are pictures of the gunshots in this bathroom. Whose bathroom is this?
My children.
Okay, how many gunshots is here? Do you see?
4.
Okay, and here's another picture. There's also 4 shots here. It looks like one went through that looks like 5. 4. Oh, 5. Yeah, one went through the TV as well. Okay, let's go to this one. There are also additional shots in the shower. Is this also in your daughter's bathroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is just another angle of the bathroom. Okay. Ms. Moore, did you call the police after this incident?
No.
Okay, can you describe for the court why you did not call?
Out of fear, if that can happen to me while I'm in the house or to my belongings, it can happen to me.
Okay. All right, Ms. Moore. Let's talk about the August incident once more. After the August incident, your husband was not arrested, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Did anyone get arrested during that incident?
I did.
Okay. Let's talk about that and how that happened. How did you end up getting arrested?
The following day after they separated us, they told me to come back to the residence and ask them for an escort because he had changed the locks that night. I did as such, waited for the police to come. On initial contact, they asked me what happened to my face. I told them that my husband had been violent with me. They asked me why he didn't go to jail. I told them that I was very adamant about him not getting in any trouble. And they asked me again in front of him, once we made contact with him, what happened to my face, and I refused to answer.
Okay. And did your husband give a narrative about what happened that day?
Yes, my understanding is that he said that I attacked him, and he did nothing
To you?
to me.
Okay. And was your refusal to, I guess, speak in front of him, do you believe that that's the reason you went to jail?
Yes, they considered me changing my story since I didn't repeat what happened to me or didn't say what happened to me in front of my husband.
Okay. And what was your reason for not repeating out loud what happened in front of your husband at the time?
Because of the prior incidents.
What about the prior instances? Do you have a fear of something?
I had a fear of just what could happen, seeing as he shot at my house before and shown aggression on higher levels before.
Okay. And very briefly, Ms. Moore, has your husband ever made contact with you before and you've asked him to stop?
Yes, several times. I actually filed a TPO in April.
Okay. Why did you file a TPO?
I asked him several times to make contact with me and my children. One Sunday, we as in my children and I went to church. I parked them across the street to make sure they had made it in safely, and Mr. Moore was
All right, Ms. Moore, I'm showing you what's been marked for identification purposes as petitioner's exhibit number 3. We need to change that. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
A text message from my husband.
Okay, have you made any changes to it?
No, ma'am.
Your Honor, if there's no objection, I'd like to tender in evidence petitioner's exhibit 3.
Any objections?
No.
All right, submitted.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right, Ms. Moore, in April of this year, I'm assuming, is when this exchange occurred?
Yes.
Okay, and this is a message where you're asking your husband to leave you alone and he's saying he'll go to jail, I'm assuming?
Right. Correct.
Okay, and his behavior continued even after these text messages, correct?
Correct.
All right, Ms. Moore, are you asking, based on the respondent's conduct, Ms. Moore, are you in fear of your safety?
Yes.
Okay, in addition to filing this TPO, what other steps have you taken to try and protect yourself?
Just keeping in constant contact with friends and family, letting them know where I go if anyone is not available to go with me.
Okay. Are you asking that the court extend the protective order for 12 months?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking that, I know you were awarded the marital home in your divorce case. Are you asking that the court enforce him to turn over the mailbox keys today as well?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any other property that you need from Mr. Moore?
There were a couple things taken from the home. Once I was there last night, just entertaining stuff for my children.
Are you asking that those items be returned to you as well?
Yes.
Okay. Are you asking that Mr. Moore be ordered to enroll in the Family Violence Intervention Program?
Yes.
Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Some more?
Yes, ma'am. On the dating question, August 27th, woke up 7 o'clock in the morning like I do every day. Chelsea was extremely upset. She accused me of changing the password on her phone. So she hit my computer and immediately starts putting her hands on me. 8 o'clock that morning, I called the police immediately when she starts hitting. Officer comes to the scene. He talks to his boat. He says, I can't do anything. He said, my suggestion to you, Mr. Moore, is you guys to stay in separate rooms and avoid each other, which I did. I worked from home, so I stayed in my room on that day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., just possibly going to the kitchen 1 or 2 times to get something to eat. When I got off at work at 5 o'clock on that day, I immediately got my car and left the house. I went out shopping, hung out, just passed the time to avoid her at all costs. Because at this point, her anger has escalated every day. And my apartment complex had now put me on notice that my neighbors had filed complaints, 4 in total. So I'm still out. 8 o'clock, I get a random text from Chelsea that says, you need to come home. Bianca's coming to take her furniture. Bianca's a girl I dated from, I want to say February to about, May sometime. At this point, me and Chelsea had no involvement, rarely any contact. We weren't dealing with each other in any way. So she texted me that, telling me to come home. I walk in the house. Immediately, she starts hitting. She's claiming that I've been in contact with this girl. I'm cheating on her. And, it continues, probably 15, 20 minutes. She repeatedly goes, grabs a cup, fills it up with water, throws it on. She did that a total of 7 times. On top of punching me, smacking me, hitting me. I fill up a cup of water to drink. She smacks the cup out of my hand, and she shatters another glass in the kitchen. The glass bounces off the counter and cuts my arm. Arm starts bleeding. I got in the house around 8:30. I called the police the first time at 8:46. I told them she's been extremely aggressive. She put her hands on me. I need somebody to come out there now. Never once did I hit her. Never once did I retaliate. And her daughter, her 15-year-old daughter, was not home. Her 15-year-old daughter came home at about 9:30 from hanging out with her friends. And I told her, correct, her daughter never once called the police. Between 8:46 and 11:15, I called the police 6 times. I went into my room by myself, watched TV. Chelsea was out in the living room. She's still just yelling, cussing. She comes in the room I'm in now, again starts hitting. Repeatedly. And again, I have not touched her. I get up to walk out the room. She walks behind me. I walk out of my bedroom. She walks out of the bedroom behind me. I go back in my bedroom. I slam the door and I lock it. I go out of my balcony. I call the police again. I say, she's continuing to hit me. She's continuing to attack me. I need an officer out here immediately. I'm on my balcony. She's in the other room. While she's in the other room, she gets a knife. She cuts all of the artwork in my apartment. She breaks several of the dishes and whatnot in the kitchen. All of which I showed to the police when they got it. The police, it took them about an hour and a half to come to the residence. They come in. They immediately see the scars all over. It was clear as day. They're on my neck, they're on my arm. The police documented them all. I gave them pictures. They completely evaluated what I looked like. They completely evaluated what she looked like. All of which was all captured on both of the officers' eye thing. They asked me what happened. I told them exactly what happened. I was out. She texted me to come home as if somebody was coming to take my furniture. Immediately when I come in, she immediately was attacking me. They could see where my shirt was stretched out. They could see my shirt was soaking wet from her continuing to throw the water on me every 2 minutes and continuing to smack me, which I had scars on my neck, top of my head because I'm bald, and on both of my arms, which I took photos and the police officers took photos of. I provided it to them. They said, we should take her to jail. They asked me, is her daughter my daughter? I said, no, but, I'm very familiar with her daughter. They said it doesn't matter. If you're not her daughter's biological father, they have to take her and put her in defense. I also mentioned, I said, Chelsea Moore, 3 years ago, was arrested for doing the exact same thing. She attacked her prior husband in a doctor's office and was charged with assault and battery. I didn't want to get her in trouble whatsoever. I asked officers, her mother and her family live in Georgia. I'm here by myself. I'm originally from Philadelphia. I said, I just want her away from me. She refused to leave. The officers at that point explained to her, while taking out their handcuffs, that Ms. Moore, you can either leave or you can go to jail, and we're going to take your daughter downtown to defense. She eventually grabbed some of her belongings, left the residence. Okay? I go out of my balcony, I can see the police officers down there, and I see her pull out of my apartment complex. The officers leave probably about 5-10 minutes after that. As soon as they leave, she comes back in. She immediately comes back upstairs and tries to enter the residence. As after officers walked her out and told her she has to leave the apartment complex. She tries to get back in the apartment. I literally am near the door and I stop and push the door so she can't get back in. I'm looking at my people. Her daughter's crying, screaming, "Mom, let's go! Why are you coming back here? Mom, let's go! Why are you coming back here?" I tell her to leave. She refuses to leave. She's still trying to get back into the apartment. I call the cops again. So this is, I believe, time number 5 or 6. I call the cops again. The cops come back out there. They should have arrested her, but her daughter was there, so they didn't. But they said, "Ma'am, you cannot come back here. You have to leave." At which time, she left again and tried to come back again. At which time I called the police again. She immediately left that time. The officer came. I talked to him. I said, "Look, she tried to come back in this apartment twice after the initial officers were here. 2 times." The officer at that point suggested, like, I don't know if you want to stay here, do something. Because honestly, she keeps coming back. She comes back again, calls us again, we're going to put her in jail. I called the legal office. I told them what was going on because the cops had been in my apartment that day 6 times. So I told them what's going on. They suggested I changed the lock along with the officer, which I did. And I got multiple keys. Okay. I go sleep that